Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Donald Trump Jr. follows Ripple on X. Is something massive underway for XRP? And so it begins. Okay guys, let's get into it. So, man, like I said, like the way the tides have turned for XRP, it's still blowing my mind right now. Like I'm just seeing so much stuff happening in the space of literally like, a couple of months, you know what I mean? Like literally since like November, just everything has changed. It's absolutely insane. And, to see what we've gone through for like literally years in terms of like price action, the uncertainty of the lawsuit, how XRP is going to do, just, losing partnerships and things like that. And just so much just stagnant activity, right? Like, yes, there has been news going on and stuff like that, but nothing that's really been like as substantial as like, let's just be realistic. Within the last like 3 or 4 months, let's just say, like the things that have happened in the last 3 or 4 months has just trumped everything that's happened in the last few years. It's absolutely crazy how fast things are moving right now for XRP. And so, I can tell that the whole sentiment around XRP has changed dramatically. I mean, not long ago, there was a poll that Bitcoin maxis have put out, and their followers are going to more than likely be Bitcoin maxis as well, or at least Bitcoin supporters, because, they're promoting Bitcoin more than anything else. And they put polls up and XRP was beating the polls. There's beating Bitcoin in the polls. So even when you're going into these Bitcoin maxi territories, XRP is still outshining all these other cryptocurrencies now. And they're seeing the vision of what we already had and why we was investing, when the lawsuit was there, while it was still going on, and why we wasn't selling during that time, because we believed in the potential and we're seeing it unfold right now before our very eyes. So it's still very surreal to see. But yes, we have here Donald Trump Jr. following Ripple on X. So is this meaning that something big is coming for XRP? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think it's pretty safe to say that this is probably leading to something, to be honest with you, because, we've seen, for example, Brad Garlinghouse being at a dinner with Trump. Like, we know that they have a relationship. We know it's pretty much inevitable that this lawsuit is going to go away. Like, the SEC have dropped like a lawsuit with Coinbase. They've dropped a lawsuit with OpenSea, an investigation, with OpenSea. Like they're dropping numerous lawsuits now at this point. So why wouldn't they drop the Ripple lawsuit, especially when we can see that Brad and Trump have a relationship? It's quite obvious that this is coming. And so, you've now got Donald Trump Jr. following Ripple. Now, look, people might just think, oh, this is just a harmless follow. I mean, it could be that, but let's just be realistic. Like, you've got a pro-crypto president in general. Isn't it likely that there's better things coming for XRP at this point now? Like they've mentioned this US strategic crypto reserve and XRP potentially being involved in that. Like we can see that things are coming, right? And so I do think it's likely that, this is now showing that there is a relationship there, and two, that, there's more things to come with Ripple and the Trump administration. I think there's going to be way more things to come. And so, one thing that I did want to discuss here, and like this is where we get into a bit of the seedy part of it, but I'm going to explain my thoughts in full here about this, because this is another thing I wanted to say why I think that, something big could be coming. Because, okay, recently Donald Trump Jr. put out a post, right? And he said something along the lines of, buy Ethereum, buy as much Ethereum now while you still can, thank me later. It was something like that, or I'm about to go and buy a load of Ethereum while I still can, thank me later. It was something like that he put out. He later amended the tweet, and he took out like the whole thank me later and just said, I'm about to go buy a load of Ethereum, or I think I should be ready to go and load up on Ethereum. It was something along those lines. So he amended the tweet because I think it was one of those things where it probably looked a bit bad, like it was blatantly like market manipulation. Do you know what I mean? And so, clearly, if he's saying stuff like this to his massive following, and we know that obviously Trump is in office right now, it's quite clear that it might be market manipulation, But even so, they know things that are going to be happening, right? Because they're the ones in the office, right? Obviously. So they know what the plans are for crypto. They know what they've got going on behind the scenes. Like, they know the things that are going to be coming. And so, like, even though you can look at that as a bit, a bit shady, I can understand that. And I think that is fair. I will be honest. But, you've now got Donald Trump Jr. following Ripple. And to me, what does that indicate? Well, it indicates that, they like Ripple, right? He likes Ripple and he's following them. And to me, I think that could mean, hey, like, yeah, if you see I'm following these guys, it's because there's stuff coming. Like, I'm getting on with Ripple. I like Brad. I like the company, and crypto's good, and we like XRP. So yeah, I'm going to follow Ripple. And so it could be just a sign of things to come, right? Like, I think that is a very real possibility. And so, like, people might look at this and say, hey, it's unethical, right? Like, like it's pay to play, like, so to speak. So, for example, when, Brad had the dinner with Trump and stuff, like, people were saying, well, they paid a lot of money into Trump's inauguration and things like that. And so it's pay to play. Well, I'm going to say two things in regards to that, right? One, I remember a post by Brad Garlinghouse, and he said, hey, look, when I saw Trump, and this was before he became president, when he was doing his campaign and stuff, like, Trump, like, sat down and listened to our whole story. Like, he literally sat down, listened to our whole story and said, if I get in office, then, I will do something to try and help. So straight away, when you've had someone who has literally took the time to sit down, hear your story, and has said he will help, would you not want to support that person at that point, if that's what they've said? Like, would you not think, hey, that person has given me the time of day. The Biden administration are not helping me. The Biden administration are actually suffocating my company and trying to completely destroy my company. So, this Trump administration, Trump's personally sat down with me, listened to my whole story and said he would help me out. Is that not somebody who you would want to support? Is that not somebody who you'd want to help fund, to help you? Like, it just makes sense, first and foremost, okay? And second of all, let's just go along with that pay-to-play idea. Look, I'm at a point now where I'll be honest with you, even if you want to call it that, I do not care at this point. And I'll tell you why. We have gone through so much as a community unfairly already, right? Like, imagine you're Ripple. You've been going to the SEC for years saying, hey, are we doing everything above board here? Is this all okay? Are we doing everything legal? Are you happy with this? And the SEC are like, yeah, just keep giving us information. Keep giving us information. It's fine. And then they turn around and say, hey, that information that you've been giving us for years? Yeah, we're going to use that to sue you. Imagine how you would feel, right? And so then you find out as you're going through the lawsuit that part of the reason why this whole lawsuit happened was because another crypto company, Consensus/Ethereum, was actually involved in trying to basically do pay to play, right? They was actually trying to make sure that they were safe. And so that led to you getting unfairly attacked and your company potentially being crushed. Would you not think at that point, hey, you know what? If I have to put some money in people's pockets to try and help us get a fair level playing field so that we're not going to keep getting screwed over again, would you not think that that's a fair thing to do? Right? Like, this is why I say at this point, I don't care if they are paying to play. I do not blame them, because at the end of the day, we've already been unfairly targeted. We had the whole crypto industry laughing at us, mocking us, just because we was the crypto that had got, the biggest lawsuit, and we was potentially going to be, XRP holders could have been destroyed in terms of, financially. We really could have, and people were laughing about it. They were joking about it. While we were here, and don't get me wrong, I will say this, Ripple wasn't fighting for the whole crypto industry. They were fighting for their company, in all honesty, but inadvertently, they did save crypto. They did. Because if they'd have just settled, or if they'd have lost the lawsuit, please understand that during Gary Gensler's time, there would have been a lot more lawsuits. Now, don't get me wrong, we can clearly see that it wouldn't have lasted for too long, because obviously Donald Trump got into the administration in the end, so he would have probably put a stop to a lot of it. But he could have done a lot of damage before, his time ran out. And so, for what Ripple did, even though it was inadvertently, like, they saved crypto. They really did. And, you know, like I say, they had people just mocking us for it, you know, us as XRP holders laughing at us going through what we was going through. So yeah, if they want to pay to try and make sure they get some help now and to make sure that they get a fair shot trying to, you know, run their business, then yeah, at this point, I really don't care. So yeah, could it be that Donald Trump Jr. is following, you know, Ripple XRP because he knows something behind the scenes big is going to come? And so, you know, like, look, let me put it to you like this. It could even be that, like, Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr. are like, yo, we're going to get a load of XRP because we know, like, this news is going to come out soon. We're going to drop the lawsuit. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Let's get a load of XRP. We'll make a nice bit of profit out of it. Again, is that a bit shady and unethical? Yeah, it is. But at this point, I don't care. I really don't care because, as I say, we've had to go through years of like uncertainty and literally being scared that the asset that we hold, which is just like any other crypto, could have been diminished, could have been destroyed. So if that's what it takes, then so be it. You know, like at the end of the day, we're only getting what's fair to us. This shouldn't have happened. The lawsuit shouldn't have been there in the first place. And if that was the case, we wouldn't need to be worrying about all this, right? If none of this was happening, there probably wouldn't have been no donation to Trump or etc. anyway, because they wouldn't have needed to speak because they wouldn't have had a lawsuit on their hands to have to talk to Trump about, right? So this is a number of circumstances that have led them into this position. And so if they're in a position to take advantage of the new administration, I am all for it. And the Bitcoin maxis, etc., can cry all they want about it. I really don't care. You know, that's on them. It's our time now. It's time for XRP to show you what it can really do, because it is going to outshine Bitcoin at the end of the day. It is. I've always paid respect to Bitcoin because it was the first of its kind. If it wasn't for Bitcoin, there wouldn't be an XRP. But at the end of the day, let's just face facts. Technology-wise, it's the most inferior crypto out there because it was the first one, so it doesn't really do anything. You know, it's slow, it's expensive, etc. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So, is there something coming? I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty inclined to think that, yeah, he's probably following them for a reason. You know, he's very likely following them for a reason. So, let's keep an eye on it. You know, at the end of the day, we've got another 4 years of a pro-crypto president. So, we've seen what he's done in like a few months. So, the things that he could do in, a few years could be absolutely monumental for XRP and crypto as a whole. So I'm here for it at the end of the day. We'll keep an eye on this, but yeah, I definitely think there's something massive coming for XRP. We're already seeing it within the last few months already, so I can imagine more things coming along the way. Yeah, most definitely. So I'll keep you guys updated, but yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.